What if I told you that the fruit sitting on your kitchen counter, something you've eaten for decades, something you thought was healthy, might actually be weakening your legs every single day? Yes, you heard that right. For seniors over 60, leg strength is more than just about walking. It's your foundation, your independence, your balance, your freedom. But here's the shocking truth. Some of the most commonly eaten fruits could be silently sabotaging your muscles, draining your energy, and even increasing your risk of falls. It's not about junk food or skipping exercise. It's about the hidden sugars, the glycemic spikes, and the chronic inflammation caused by certain healthy-looking fruits that no one ever warned you about. At Life in Words, we believe knowledge is power, and what you choose to put on your plate can either keep you strong or slowly chip away at your vitality. So in today's video, we're exposing 8 of the worst fruits for your leg muscles after 60, and why they may be doing more harm than good. Plus, we'll show you better alternatives that nourish your body without sacrificing taste or nutrition. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Life in Words so you never miss another tip for staying strong, independent, and thriving in your golden years. Now, let's reveal the truth, fruit by fruit. If you're still watching, comment "Strength first" to let us know you're serious about your health. Fruit number 1, grapes, the sugar bomb. Silently weakening your legs. They're small, juicy, and pop easily into your mouth. Grapes seem harmless. Some might even say they're a perfect snack. But for seniors, especially those concerned about leg strength, grapes might be doing more damage than you think. Here's the problem. Grapes are loaded with natural sugar and have a high glycemic index, GI. That means they spike your blood sugar quickly. And what follows a spike? A crash. When your blood sugar swings up and down like a roller coaster, it doesn't just affect your energy. It drains your muscles, especially those in your legs, leaving you feeling tired, weak, and sore. Why does this matter? Because maintaining leg strength after 60 is critical to prevent falls, maintain independence, and stay mobile. When blood sugar crashes become frequent, they can contribute to muscle fatigue, poor recovery, and even long-term muscle loss. What's worse, grapes also fuel inflammation, a silent enemy of both your joints and your muscles. Let's take the real-life example of Sam Griffin, a 68-year-old retired construction worker from Arizona. Sam used to snack on grapes every afternoon, but slowly, his legs began to ache more after walks. He thought it was just age catching up, until his doctor pointed out the link between high-sugar fruits and muscle fatigue. After switching to low GI fruits like apples and berries, Sam noticed a dramatic improvement. "Now I can walk further without feeling sore," he said. So what's the takeaway? Grapes may look innocent, but they're one of the worst fruits for leg strength in seniors. If you've been eating grapes daily, it's time to reconsider. Choose berries, pears, or apples instead. They'll give you fiber, antioxidants, and energy without the sugar crash. If you've ever felt unexpectedly tired after eating fruit, comment "Yes" below. You might be surprised how many others feel the same. Fruit number 2, mangoes, the tropical trap. Weakening your muscles. Mangoes, vibrant, sweet, and delicious, are often considered a symbol of tropical health. But for older adults looking to protect their muscle strength, especially in the legs, this superfruit might not be so super after all. Here's why. Despite being rich in vitamins like A and C, mangoes are extremely high in natural sugar and have one of the highest glycemic indexes among fruits. That means they enter your bloodstream fast, spiking blood sugar levels rapidly, followed by an inevitable crash. And those blood sugar crashes, they leave you with fatigue, low energy, and weakened muscles. For seniors, That's a dangerous cycle. Muscles, especially the ones we rely on for balance, walking, and standing, need steady fuel, not surges of sugar followed by exhaustion. Worse yet, the high sugar content in mangoes fuels inflammation, which can worsen joint pain, slow muscle recovery, and increase the risk of injury. Let's consider Doris Lancaster, a 73-year-old former piano teacher from Denver. Doris adored mangoes, especially in the summer, but over time, she began to notice increasing soreness in her legs and a lingering sense of tiredness after her evening walks. Concerned, she spoke with her doctor, who identified the high sugar content in mangoes as a potential culprit. When Doris swapped her mango habit for low glycemic fruits like blueberries and pears, her energy levels surged and her leg soreness significantly decreased. "It was like lifting a fog off my body," she said. Mangoes may be sweet, but they're a hidden threat to muscle health for seniors. If leg strength, stable energy, and joint health matter to you, it's time to switch to better options. If you've ever felt unexpectedly sore after eating something healthy, comment "fog lifted" below. You're not alone, and small changes can make a big difference. Fruit number 3. Bananas. The misleading snack that may be draining your strength. Bananas have long been celebrated as a quick, healthy snack, especially for their potassium content. But if you're over 60 and working to preserve your leg strength and mobility, it's time to take a closer look. Because while bananas offer some nutrients, they also come with a hidden cost: sugar spikes and muscle fatigue. The truth is, bananas have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause your blood sugar to rise rapidly after consumption. That may give you a short burst of energy, but what follows is a sharp crash, leaving you tired, sluggish, and less able to recover from physical activity. For seniors, whose muscles are already more prone to strain and inflammation, this kind of energy roller coaster can be especially harmful. Another problem? The inflammatory response. Consistently high blood sugar feeds inflammation throughout the body, particularly in the joints and muscles. This inflammation slows down muscle recovery, increases soreness, and gradually erodes your leg strength. Take Nancy Holloway, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Portland, Oregon. Nancy used to grab a banana every morning before heading out for her daily walks. But she began to notice her legs aching more than usual and a lingering fatigue that made walking less enjoyable. After a consultation with her nutritionist, Nancy was advised to cut back on bananas and opt for lower sugar fruits. Once she made the switch to apples and raspberries, she felt a noticeable difference. "I got my energy back," she said. "I didn't realize bananas were dragging me down." The bottom line? Bananas may look harmless, but they could be one of the sneakiest saboteurs of your leg strength. Especially when eaten daily, they can contribute to blood sugar instability and low-level inflammation. If you've relied on bananas as a healthy snack, only to feel drained later, comment "no more crashes" below. You might be surprised how much better you feel with a simple change. Fruit number 4. Pineapples, the sweet slice that could sour your joint health. Pineapples might seem like a tropical powerhouse, rich in vitamin C and known for their anti-inflammatory enzyme, bromelain. But don't be fooled. For seniors, especially those struggling with muscle recovery or aching joints, pineapples can quietly work against your leg strength. The core issue? Sugar and glycemic load. Despite their natural appeal, pineapples are high in sugar and have a fast-acting glycemic index, meaning they send your blood sugar soaring shortly after you eat them. This spike is followed by a crash, resulting in fatigue, muscle sluggishness, and poor energy for physical activity. Over time, these swings impair your ability to walk confidently, recover from exercise, and maintain mobility. And here's the twist. While bromelain in pineapple is often praised for reducing inflammation, the sugar content is so high that it can actually worsen chronic inflammation, canceling out the benefits. For seniors, chronic inflammation is a direct contributor to joint pain, muscle stiffness, and prolonged recovery times, especially in the legs and hips. Let's look at Leonard "Len" Watson, a 74-year-old retired postal worker from Tampa, Florida. Len loved eating pineapple slices after his morning walks, but gradually he began to notice increased soreness in his knees and a feeling of tightness in his calves. Thinking it was arthritis, he consulted his doctor, who recommended cutting back on high-sugar fruits like pineapple. After switching to blackberries and green apples, Len said, "It's like I got new legs. The tightness is gone, and I'm back to enjoying my walks again." So, what's the takeaway? Pineapple might seem like a healthy choice, but it can undermine your muscle strength and joint comfort. Especially for older adults, the sugar spike isn't worth the taste. If you've ever noticed more pain or fatigue after eating sweet fruits, comment "felt that too" below. You're not imagining it. Your body is telling you something. Fruit number 5, watermelon, the hydrating culprit behind muscle weakness. Watermelon is often seen as the ultimate refreshing treat, especially during summer. It's over 90% water, low in calories, and packed with vitamin C. But for seniors trying to protect their leg strength and energy levels, this innocent-looking fruit can quietly be working against you. The problem isn't hydration, it's how quickly watermelon sugar hits your system. Watermelon has a very high glycemic index, meaning it causes a rapid spike in blood glucose levels shortly after eating. That may provide a brief burst of energy, but what comes next is a crash, bringing fatigue, reduced stamina, and even increased muscle soreness. For seniors, these blood sugar roller coasters can be devastating, especially when trying to stay active or recover from even light physical activity. Even more concerning is the impact on inflammation. The high sugar content in watermelon, especially fructose, can fuel systemic inflammation that slows down muscle recovery and worsens conditions like arthritis. So while watermelon might feel like a hydrating option, it can actually worsen joint stiffness and leg fatigue over time. Consider Gloria McKenzie, a 70-year-old retired florist from San Diego. Gloria loved slicing up watermelon on hot afternoons, but she began noticing a pattern. Her legs felt heavier and more sore after her gardening sessions. After speaking with her nutritionist, she discovered that watermelon's sugar surge was likely contributing to her symptoms. She switched to strawberries and kiwis, and within weeks, her energy returned and muscle soreness eased. "I thought I needed more water," Gloria said. "Turns out, I needed less watermelon." So, while it's tempting to think of watermelon as harmless, it's one of the worst fruits for seniors concerned about muscle strength. If you've ever felt unexpectedly wiped out after eating watermelon, comment "no more melon" below. That small change could lead to a big shift in how your body feels. Fruit number 6, canned fruits in syrup. The hidden sugar trap. Weakening your legs. They look convenient, they sound healthy, and they sit neatly stacked in your pantry. But those shiny cans of fruit packed in syrup? For seniors, they may be one of the most deceptive dangers to your muscle health. Here's why. While fruit in its natural state contains fiber and vitamins, canned fruits in syrup are soaked in added sugar, turning a potentially nutritious food into a high glycemic sugar bomb. This syrup overwhelms your body with refined sugars that cause dramatic spikes and crashes in blood glucose. And for older adults, that can directly translate to muscle fatigue, weak legs, and energy dips that sabotage daily activity. But it doesn't stop at sugar. Many canned fruits are also loaded with preservatives and additives that contribute to low-grade inflammation in the body. Over time, this inflammation wears down muscle tissues, stiffens joints, and makes recovery from walking, climbing stairs, or exercising more difficult. The more often you consume these sweetened fruits, the more your leg strength may silently erode. Let's meet Kenneth Ken Roswell, a 73-year-old retired accountant from Des Moines. Ken often ate fruit cups during his lunch, assuming they were a smart choice. But he began noticing that his walks around the neighborhood left him unusually sore, and his legs felt heavy by mid-afternoon. After a nutritional review with his doctor, Ken realized the syrup in his canned peaches was spiking his blood sugar and delaying muscle recovery. He swapped them for fresh pears and unsweetened frozen berries, and soon after, he was moving with more energy and less pain. "It was such a small change," Ken shared, "but the impact on my legs was huge." So if you've been eating canned fruits thinking you're doing the right thing, take a closer look at the label. If you see heavy syrup or added sugar, it's time to rethink. If you've switched from canned to fresh and felt the difference, comment "fresh is best" below. You might inspire someone else to take the same step. Fruit number 7. Dates, the sweet snack that's secretly draining your strength. They're chewy, naturally sweet, and often marketed as a superfruit. But if you're over 60 and working to preserve your energy and leg strength, dates could be silently working against your health goals. While it's true that dates contain fiber, potassium, and antioxidants, they also come with an alarmingly high sugar load. Just a handful can contain as much sugar as a candy bar. That's a major red flag for seniors. Why? Because high sugar content leads to rapid blood sugar spikes, which are followed by inevitable crashes, bringing fatigue, sluggish muscles, and poor recovery after physical activity. And it's not just about sugar highs and lows. The inflammatory effects of excessive sugar are particularly harmful for aging bodies. Chronic inflammation weakens muscles, stiffens joints, and slows the healing process. If you're already managing conditions like arthritis or muscle soreness, adding dates to your diet can make things worse, even if they seem like a natural snack. Take the case of Carolyn Rhodes, a 72-year-old retired choir director from Richmond, Virginia. Carolyn loved eating dates with her morning tea, thinking it was a wholesome habit. But she noticed increasing fatigue in her legs and found herself feeling sore after her usual walks. Her doctor suggested cutting out high-sugar fruits like dates and replacing them with apples and plums. Within weeks, Carolyn felt stronger and more stable. "I had no idea something so small could cause such a difference," she admitted. The takeaway: dates may be natural, but they're not harmless, especially for seniors concerned about leg strength, stable energy, and muscle recovery. If you've ever assumed a fruit was healthy, only to find it drained your energy, comment "lesson learned" below. You just might help someone else make a smarter snack choice. Fruit number 8. Sweetened dried fruits, the tiny troublemakers. Wrecking your recovery. They're bite-sized, convenient, and often labeled as healthy snacks. But sweetened dried fruits, like dried cranberries, apricots, raisins, or mangoes, can be a hidden enemy for seniors trying to maintain strong legs and steady energy. Here's why. When fruits are dried, their natural sugars become highly concentrated. Then many brands go one step further by adding even more sugar or syrups to enhance flavor. The result? A deceptively small handful that packs the sugar equivalent of a candy bar, leading to blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and muscle fatigue. For older adults, these sugar surges are especially problematic. Not only do they cause quick energy crashes, but they also delay muscle recovery, increase soreness, and fuel chronic inflammation in joints and tissues. That means more discomfort after walks, slower healing, and a greater risk of falls or mobility issues. Consider Beverly Bev Kramer, a 69-year-old retired art teacher from Albany, New York. Bev often snacked on sweetened dried cranberries while painting or reading, but she began to feel unusually sluggish and sore, even after simple daily tasks. A talk with her dietitian revealed the dried fruits were flooding her body with sugar. She made the switch to fresh strawberries and unsweetened dried figs, and within 2 weeks, she noticed less joint pain and a big boost in energy. "It was shocking," Bev said. "I thought I was eating healthy." So don't let the size of these snacks fool you. Sweetened dried fruits may be small, but their impact on your muscles and joints can be massive. If you've made the switch from dried to fresh and felt the difference, comment, "Fresh feels better," below. Every smart snack swap brings you one step closer to stronger, healthier legs. Closing message. As we age, the strength in our legs becomes more than just a physical trait. It becomes a symbol of independence, confidence, and the ability to live life on our own terms. But sometimes, the choices we make at the kitchen table, often with the best intentions, can slowly chip away at that strength without us even realizing it. Grapes, mangoes, bananas, pineapples, watermelon, canned fruits in syrup, dates, and sweetened dried fruits. They might seem innocent, even healthy, but for seniors, their high sugar content, glycemic spikes, and inflammatory effects can quietly sabotage muscle recovery, drain energy, and leave the legs weaker with each passing day. But here's the empowering truth. You have control. By making simple swaps, choosing berries over grapes, apples over mangoes, or fresh fruits instead of canned, you're not just changing what's on your plate. You're protecting your legs. You're preserving your mobility. And you're taking back the strength that lets you walk tall, move freely, and live fully. At Life in Words, we believe that health isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, intention, and small steps that lead to big outcomes. Every mindful bite is a vote for your future self. So don't wait for a wake-up call. Start today. If this video gave you a new perspective or reminded you of something important, please share it with someone you care about. And tell us in the comments, what fruit change made the biggest difference in your energy or strength? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Life in Words, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful tip for living your healthiest, happiest life. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember, your next step starts with a smart choice.